Begin with what is lucid dreaming? Lucid dreaming is a rare and fascinating state in which you become aware that you're dreaming while still inside the dream. In this moment of realization, you might look around and notice how strange your surroundings are. You might say to yourself, "This isn't real. I'm dreaming." And yet, everything feels vivid, textured, and emotionally charged, just like waking life. What makes lucid dreams different from ordinary ones is this awareness and often the sense of control that comes with it. Some people find they can fly, visit distant memories, solve problems, or even speak with versions of themselves inside these dreams. The concept has deep historical roots. In ancient Hindu and Tibetan traditions, yogis practiced dream yoga, training themselves to remain conscious during the dream state to explore the mind and purify the self. Aristotle wrote about dreams where he became aware of dreaming, and 8th century Islamic scholars noted similar experiences. But it wasn't until the 20th century that the term lucid dreaming was formalized by Dutch psychiatrist Frederick van Eden. In modern times, scientific studies, like those at Stanford University and later in Germany, confirmed that lucid dreaming isn't just a mystical idea. Using eye movements during REM sleep, researchers proved that people could signal from inside their dreams. Since then, lucid dreaming has fascinated psychologists, neuroscientists, and artists alike. It sits at the crossroads of consciousness, memory, creativity, and control. But what exactly happens in the brain during a lucid dream? And why do some people enter this state naturally while others struggle? To understand that, we need to go deeper into the architecture of sleep itself. The neuroscience of dreaming and conscious awareness. To understand lucid dreaming, we first need to explore what happens in the brain during ordinary dreams. Most dreaming takes place during REM sleep, short for rapid eye movement, a phase where the brain is highly active, almost as if it's awake, yet the body remains completely still. During REM, your brain generates vivid imagery, powerful emotions, and strange narratives. But the prefrontal cortex, the area responsible for logic, self awareness, and critical thinking, is mostly offline. That's why dreams often feel bizarre, and yet we rarely question them. But in a lucid dream, something different happens. Studies using fMRI and EEG scans have shown that the dorsolateral prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain involved in metacognition or thinking about thinking, becomes more active. This reactivation allows dreamers to recognize, wait, this is a dream. It's as if a sliver of waking consciousness reawakens inside the sleeping brain. Other areas, like the parietal lobes and temporal lobes, also show increased activity, helping the dreamer stay oriented in a mental space that feels real. Interestingly, lucid dreaming seems to strike a balance between two brain states, REM sleep and waking awareness, creating a hybrid form of consciousness. Some neuroscientists call it a third state that blurs the boundary between sleep and wakefulness. It's also connected to increased activity in gamma brainwaves, which are typically linked to heightened awareness and cognitive processing. For many researchers, lucid dreaming presents a unique window into the nature of consciousness itself. After all, it's one of the few times we can study the experience of knowing that we are experiencing. But how do people actually enter this state? Is it a random event? Or can it be trained? How to induce lucid dreams. Lucid dreaming isn't just a lucky accident, it can be trained. Over decades of research and experimentation, psychologists and sleep scientists have developed several reliable methods to help people become aware during their dreams. One of the most effective techniques is called reality testing. It's simple. Throughout your day, you pause and ask yourself, am I dreaming? You might look at your hands, check a clock, or read some text twice, since in dreams these details often distort or shift. Over time, this habit becomes ingrained. and your dreaming mind may carry it into sleep, triggering lucidity. Another powerful method is mnemonic induction of lucid dreams, or MILD. Before falling asleep, you mentally repeat a phrase like, "Tonight, I will realize I'm dreaming." Combined with visualizing yourself in a dream and recognizing it, this primes your brain for self-awareness. There's also wake back to bed, a method supported by research. You wake up after 5 to 6 hours of sleep, stay awake for 15 to 30 minutes, and then go back to sleep with the intention of entering a lucid dream. This increases REM density and awareness, making lucidity more likely. Some dreamers keep a dream journal, writing down every detail they remember upon waking. This strengthens dream recall and helps you recognize patterns, like recurring places or themes that may cue you into the dream state. Meditation and mindfulness also enhance lucid dreaming. Studies have shown that people who meditate regularly are more likely to become lucid because they're already trained to observe thoughts without judgment, a skill that transfers directly into dream awareness. For beginners, combining these techniques gently with consistency and curiosity is often more effective than trying too hard. Lucidity is a subtle balance. It often arrives not by force, but by noticing.
But what can you do inside a lucid dream?
Once inside a lucid dream, the possibilities feel almost endless. Many dreamers report a rush of exhilaration the moment they realize they're dreaming, followed by the urge to fly, shapeshift, or explore surreal landscapes limited only by their imagination. Some use lucid dreams for creative inspiration, composing music, painting, or writing stories inside the dreamscape and remembering them upon waking. Others seek emotional healing, confronting fears, speaking with lost loved ones, or reliving past experiences to process them in a new light. But lucid dreaming isn't just personal. Scientists have used it to conduct experiments inside the dream world. In one landmark study, lucid dreamers were instructed to move their eyes left-right repeatedly once they became lucid, a signal researchers could detect from outside using REM tracking equipment. This allowed two-way communication between a sleeping person and a waking researcher, a breakthrough in sleep science. Some lucid dreamers also perform motor tasks in dreams, like clenching a fist or counting steps. Brain scans show corresponding activity, even though the body remains still. These findings suggest lucid dreams could be used for motor rehearsal, potentially aiding athletes, performers, or even stroke patients in rehabilitation. Others have used lucid dreams for problem solving, working on math equations, writing code, or exploring philosophical ideas. Studies suggest our dreaming minds make unexpected connections, and lucidity lets us explore those insights with more clarity. Of course, not every lucid dream is productive or profound. Some are fleeting. Some become unstable and dissolve the moment awareness arises. But with practice, stability grows, and the dreamer can spend more time exploring. The boundaries of what's possible remain unknown. Is it possible to learn new skills in dreams? Could lucid dreams unlock creativity or insight not accessible in waking life? Could they become a form of therapy or even personal evolution? Science is still catching up, but anecdotal evidence is abundant. For now, lucid dreams offer a glimpse into a strange, luminous frontier, one where the mind becomes both traveler and terrain. Now we move on to the risks, myths, and ethical questions in lucid dreaming. As captivating as lucid dreaming is, it's important to explore the myths, the misunderstandings, and the very real questions it raises. First, the myths. Some people worry that lucid dreaming might trap them in a dream or that they might not wake up. In reality, the brain follows its natural sleep cycles.
No matter how vivid or prolonged the dream feels, your body continues to regulate itself and you always wake up. Another myth is that lucid dreaming is unnatural or dangerous. But from a scientific perspective, it's simply a unique state of consciousness that occurs spontaneously in many people. What about addiction? It's rare but possible. Some individuals become so fascinated with their lucid dream life that they begin to prefer it to waking life. For people facing trauma or depression, this can become a form of avoidance, retreating into dreams instead of addressing real world issues. This is why balance matters. Even beautiful dreams can become an escape if they're used to avoid healing. Then there's the question of sleep quality. While some studies suggest lucid dreaming doesn't disrupt rest, others show that frequent lucidity may fragment REM sleep or lead to lighter rest if the dreamer becomes overly mentally active. For most people, occasional lucid dreams are harmless and even restorative. But like anything that alters consciousness, moderation and intention are key. There are also ethical questions to consider. In lucid dreams, the dreamer creates and interacts with mental representations, sometimes of real people. Is it ethical to act without consequence in a dream that feels real? Does it affect how we behave when we're awake? These are deep psychological and philosophical questions that researchers are only beginning to explore. Finally, it's worth noting that not everyone can lucid dream, and that's okay. Some people try for months and never succeed. Others find the pursuit stressful, which defeats the purpose entirely. Lucid dreaming is not a test of willpower or intelligence. It's a natural variation of human consciousness. Like creativity, it visits some often, others rarely. But the wonder of dreams, their ability to show us who we are, what we fear, and what we long for, remains valuable whether lucid or not. Now, moving to the future of lucid dreaming. The future of lucid dreaming is unfolding at the intersection of neuroscience, technology, and a deeper understanding of consciousness itself. Scientists are now exploring ways to induce lucidity more reliably using wearable devices that detect REM sleep and deliver subtle cues like light flashes or vibrations, timed to trigger awareness within a dream. These tools, like the Nova Dreamer and newer EEG headbands, aim to bridge the gap between the conscious and unconscious mind, helping dreamers awaken to their inner world more frequently and with greater control. At the same time, researchers are experimenting with two-way communication between sleepers and waking observers. In controlled studies, lucid dreamers have answered questions in real time using pre-agreed eye signals, suggesting that the dream state could one day become a space for interactive exploration, perhaps even a new form of virtual experience. Others envision lucid dreaming as a tool for mental training and therapy. Could we one day use dreams to practice skills, confront trauma, or rewire habits? Early studies in lucid dream therapy suggest that people suffering from nightmares, PTSD, or anxiety can learn to intervene in their dreams, changing the narrative and reducing fear. Some scientists also believe lucid dreaming may help us study the nature of consciousness itself. In dreams, we experience vivid worlds with no sensory input, Our bodies are still, our eyes are closed, and yet entire universes emerge within us. What does this say about the construction of reality, about perception, about the boundaries of the mind? Beyond science, artists and thinkers see lucid dreams as a creative frontier, an inner laboratory for ideas, symbols, and meaning making. Musicians, filmmakers, and writers continue to draw from their lucid experiences, blending waking and dreaming realities into new forms of art. And for others, lucid dreaming remains a deeply personal path, used not for science or productivity, but for self-discovery. A quiet space to reflect, to explore the subconscious, to reconnect with something vast and internal. As we move forward, the dreamscape may become more than a mystery of sleep. It could be a canvas for consciousness, a space where technology, therapy, and the ancient wonder of dreaming converge. The more we learn, the more we realize dreaming may not just be a byproduct of the brain, but a language of the soul, waiting to be understood.
Now, lucid dreaming is more than just a trick of the mind. It's a reminder that even in our deepest sleep, awareness can rise. That somewhere between silence and sensation, we carry the power to awaken, to observe, to shape, and to learn from the very fabric of our unconscious. In a world where so much of life feels automated, reactive, and externally driven, lucid dreaming brings us inward. It returns us to a place where intention meets imagination, where healing and discovery unfold in the quiet of the night. Whether you dream lucidly or not, your dreams matter. They are messages from the deeper self, symbols wrapped in emotion, born from the same mind that navigates your waking world. Tonight, as you drift toward sleep, carry this thought with you. Within you lies a universe waiting to be seen, and every time you close your eyes, you hold the key. Sleep well, dream deeper, and stay curious.